Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Cassie and Yvette, and we have a special guest today, Atomic Blossom, also known as Christy to us. She's a roller girl, so she came in full outfit today. So the special edition, so we are going to talk about Game of Thrones, who we like, who we don't like.
Who we want dead, who we want back.
Yes, and of course the finale.
What we thought.
Yeah, so let's start.
Okay.
Who is your favorite character?
Who's Christy?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Jon Snow.
Why? Everybody likes Jon Snow.
Well, I mean,
Because he showed his butt?
Yes, it's amazing. First of all, it's like a planet, a whole new
Girl! Wow.
a whole new dimension there. And just, I don't know, he's brave. He has a good heart. I mean, he's the true heir to the throne, so
That's true.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You?
Okay, so Yvette, I think this is where we're gonna get a little heated.
This is who you like.
Yes, this is who I like right now. My favorite character as of right now. She grew to become my favorite character.
Who?
Cersei Lannister.
Oh, get out of my face. No.
She is
F
so...
her.
She's
dirty.
So...
She is screwing her brother.
I get it. Like, no, like, I get it. That's so wrong. Like, I get it. But let's look past that, okay?
Okay.
She's so bad. She doesn't care who gets in her way.
Obviously.
Like, she wants the throne, all her kids are dead. Like, what else does she have? Like, that's it.
The ego.
You know? Yeah, I think that's what it is. She's, like, so bad. And in a way, she's the same as Dany. She doesn't care. She doesn't have anybody left. Other than her dragon.
I
She
love
doesn't care.
Khaleesi. Okay? Because she's a badass bitch. And not just that, I want a pet dragon. Okay?
Everybody
I want a
wants
dragon, and I'm just going to put this out there now. I'm going to get us, like, the little dragon for our shoulders, and including Dave. Dave's going to have to wear one. Yes. No, but you know what? I like her because she came from nothing. She just kind of worked her way and became powerful. And then, of course, she's beautiful, and she's not, like, homegirl over here because she at least is listening to what other people are saying, but she wants what's best for everybody, not for everybody to be a slave. So, I mean, I can go on and on about Khaleesi and her dragons, but I love her.
That I can look up to.
And her costumes are badass.
Yeah, she always looks so good.
Yeah.
She always looks so good.
I know.
She always, like, yeah.
So, let's talk about... Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Cersei, I don't know, like, I mean, at first I hated her. You know, you could tell she was just like one of those snobby girls, you know, that you meet in high school. Everybody does. But I just grew to love her because she lost all her kids. Her dad is dead. She, like, shunned one of her brothers. The other brother is, like, her husband almost.
Well, she's, like, having this baby.
Is she pregnant, though? I don't think she's actually pregnant.
What do you think about Cersei?
I think she isn't, I don't know, like, she's too much on her high horse. She thinks that nothing could happen, but obviously since she, well, again, spoiler alert, since she was like, oh yeah, my army will help you, and they're obviously going to go fight the White Walkers, but what if they fail, and then they go and either way,
Jamie is going to, like,
kill her.
I
think so
honestly,
too.
I think
so too.
You know, he's so weak and weak-minded, and she controls him, and you know, I think he's fed up. And one day he looks at his poor hand that's gone, you know, and he might just turn on her and be like, you know what, F you, I've had enough. But I don't know, because this whole baby thing.
I don't think she's pregnant.
I don't know.
And I don't think she's pregnant because remember in that one episode where they go back to where she was little, and she visits that witch, and she asks the witch, like, oh, am I going to become the queen? Am I going to have this? Am I going to marry the king? And the witch tells her, yes, you're going to only have 3 children, but the king's going to have, like, hundreds. So she's only going to have 3 children, which she already has with their own kids. So I really don't think she's pregnant. I really don't think
she's just using
I
it
kind
to
of, and I kind
control.
of thought that, like, she was just using that because with Jamie got pissed, you know, at episode, and she, like, grabbing her stomach, and I'm like, bitch, really? Like, I'm like, come on. Like,
yeah. No, I like her a lot. I really do. I really like her.
okay, we
like
get
her
it.
character.
We get it.
I like what she's trying to do.
I'm over it.
I guess just because, I don't know.
All right, let's talk about who we don't like. I'll tell you who I don't like. I don't like the queen. I don't like her at all. For every reason that you do. She's just manipulative. I mean, her own brother, that's all she has left.
Yeah.
You know? And there she is. Almost killed him. Shunned her other brother. You know, poor little guy. You know what I mean? I know, so do I. I love him too. But I don't like her. I hated Littlefinger, and I'm glad. I'm gonna get to that later. We'll get to that later.
What do you hate?
What do you hate?
What do you hate?
Actually, really hated. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Jon Snow's sister. The older one. Sansa. There you go. I was like Sansa.
Yeah, Sansa.
Like the first couple of seasons, I was like, come on. Yes, and
She's
love weak. Jeffrey, and he showed her like her dad's head, and she was just there like taking it. I would have been like, fuck you, and push him. But when I had listened to the Hound, I was like, fuck you, Hound. But oh my gosh, but I mean, I don't know. She kind of redeemed herself in the finale a little bit. She's kind of getting there.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't get that
far, but she did put her foot down and make a decision. So we'll get to the finale here in a little bit. But what about you?
Who do I hate?
Yeah, besides everybody.
Besides everybody. Who do I hate? Oh God, I don't know.
You hate Littlefinger.
Yeah, well, let's get to that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Littlefinger. He was one of them. Oh God, what's his name? Lord Varys? I think he's like so sneaky, and he's like a snake. You know, he has like all these spies, and that one man who's like in love with Daenerys, Jorah.
Oh yeah.
Like he was his spy to begin with for Dany. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to spy on her to get stuff back to the Lannisters. Do you know what I mean? That's how they found out she had dragons and whatever. So I don't like him. He's really weird and creepy, and I wish he was dead. And I just don't like him. And then he doesn't have like genitals. So.
Wow. All right. So if you could bring back a character, who would you bring back? Go, Cassie.
Khal Drogo.
Oh, wait. Besides because he's hot? Like, why though?
Because him and Dany were a power couple.
I was like, I wonder how they would be today.
They would be a power couple.
You think? But Jon. I mean, we'll talk about the finale in a little bit, but Jon and her now.
Oh. I like them together. Even though they're like related, I like them together. But let's not. We'll get to that in the finale.
So you bring him back?
I would bring back Khal Drogo. I think they're a power couple. I think at the beginning of their relationship, obviously, it was like not right. She was just kind of sold to him by her brother to get his army, and I think they ended up falling in love, like for real. She actually really did love him, and he actually really did love her. And
I think she grew to love him because I think initially it was like, well,
I would be terrified of him too.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and they'd be a power couple. You know, he was like the most powerful call of like all of them, and like the most, you know, whatever. So she has a Dothraki army now, but imagine how much more she would have had earlier with him. I don't know. That's what I would bring back.
I hear you.
You know, and how cool would it be to like see him like kill Cersei or something?
He killed everybody.
Or like kill Jon or something. Like,
no, but Jon can't die. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. What about you? Who would you bring back?
I actually really liked Rob.
Oh,
Jon's brother.
Jon's brother from the Red Wedding.
Yes.
That's right,
they did him so wrong. And his wife, like I was like, dude. But yeah, he was a good character.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good person. I think he had like everything right in mind.
Yeah. So definitely Rob.
I'm trying to think of who, and I'm just, I think a character, when you really, really despise them, they're great actors.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to reference another show, Sons of Anarchy, and Clay Morrow.
Yeah.
You just despised him.
Yeah.
So he played that role so well. So in Game of Thrones, like the person that I literally just would get mad at the TV and be like, what the F? And like, I cannot believe you're doing this. Joffrey.
Oh!
Like he would just, shit he would do, right?
And that's
Yeah, and how evil, and like he didn't care, and he was just a young king, spoiled, that just, a loose cannon. And so the things he did to people and the way he treated them, you just despised him. Yeah. But he played that role so well.
Okay, so you know who else I really, really hate? Like, hate him. Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah.
Ramsay. He was
Screw
okay.
that guy.
He was okay until his and Sansa's wedding night. He gets her
I'm
low,
trying to remember. Yes.
He does horrible things to her.
Yeah.
That just...
I hated him too. Wasn't he the one that was torturing
Theon?
the... Yes.
Yeah.
That's okay. He fucked him up pretty good to where...
Freak.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That was... Oh, man. Kind of like Joffrey. You just hated him. Hated him.
Just hate him. Yeah.
Yeah. And I always wonder, like, if some of these characters were still alive, like, what more would they have done and the turn of events, how it would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Elena? What's her name?
Olena?
Olena?
Oh, yeah.
Jamie poisoned her and the old lady.
Marjorie's grandma.
She was like, you tell
okay.
Cersei I did it. I was like, oh, damn. That bitch
sure
went
she
out
knows.
like,
Yeah.
let me do this. But I'm going to get the last word.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, holy crap, that was pretty savage
and
of
you
her.
can tell because like Jamie had to fight Cersei and how to like kill her.
Yeah, because
But
again,
Cersei-
he's still trying to like, okay, we understand this has to be done, but let's not torture her.
Yeah,
She's an older lady.
Because he was like telling her like, oh,
'Cause
Cersei
Cersei's a
wanted to
bitch.
like cut your head off in front of everybody, but I convinced her to poison you. But then I think he regrets it when he was like,
Because of what she said.
Oh, I did it. I killed your son, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he regretted. She had already taken the poison, so what was he gonna do now?
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
but that was a good one.
Yeah, I was
awesome.
like, she's badass. She went out like a G.
She did. She knew the whole time. She did it.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's talk about favorite death scenes in Game of Thrones, because
Go, Christy. Favorite death scene.
I loved Joffrey's death scene.
Oh yeah,
He was
that
like-
was a good one.
On
all
the phone,
purple.
and I was like,
wow.
Me too. When
was
it
pretty
happened,
awesome.
when it happened, I had like my headphones on. I was like sitting, like eating in the kitchen. And I was like, yes, yes. And then my mom was like, what are you watching? Do you start watching sports or something? I was like, no, he's dead.
like, close
I was
enough.
so happy. I was so
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
when he died.
What about you?
So happy. When
There's been so many. I'm trying to
I
think.
know. Remember I told you that fun fact that there's been like 400 deaths or something, but only one natural one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my favorite death, when Tyrion is on trial for Joffrey's murder,
Uh-huh.
and he does a trial by combat, and the Viper guy comes to fight for him, and so Cersei picked the Mountain to fight against him. And you think
Oh, that's right.
you think the Viper's got it. He's got the Mountain down, but he starts playing too much because the Mountain.
That's
The
right.
rumor was that he like raped and killed his sister, so he started getting like really like careless with it, and then the Mountain just got him and like literally just squished his head like a tomato.
Yeah.
That one was so good.
Yeah, it was pretty
You
brutal.
could hear it, and it just like splattered.
You
and
could
then,
tell
his
she really
lovers-
enjoyed that.
His like lovers like she's like screaming. You have to insert that picture.
Oh.
Viper screaming, and you're gonna remember because that was like one of my favorite death scenes.
I think for me it was definitely the Red Wedding because it was so unexpected.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like into the episode and then
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, and then it's like all of a sudden everything starts happening. You're like, holy crap, did that just happen? And, you know, and there's just blood. I mean, for me, it was, I felt like it came out of left field.
Yeah, it really
And
did.
so I thought it was pretty awesome. It had like quite an impact. So I thought that scene was
Remember
pretty
when
awesome.
I texted you when I watched it? I was like, was that the Red Wedding? Because it just happened so fast. I wasn't expecting it. Just happened so fast.
Right.
Came out of nowhere. It was
Right.
just so good, and it was so heartbreaking, but it was a good death scene.
Yeah, right.
They pulled it off very
I
well.
know.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the finale. God, so many things happen at the end that it's like, I think the best part, we mentioned this earlier, was obviously Littlefinger.
Oh yeah.
You know,
One of
I'm
the
very
good parts.
surprised because Sansa has not really had a spine. Like, she can't make a decision. She wants to please everybody, and nobody's happy
Just
with
kinda
her.
Like a pacifist, just kind of
Yeah.
goes along.
And then, you know, they made it kind of seem like the sisters were turning against each other.
yeah, which
And-
I thought either Sansa was gonna get somebody to kill Arya, or Arya was literally gonna kill Sansa.
And then you know what really
was
messed
really
it up for
hoping
me?
for it.
There was
Yeah.
rumors on the internet that one of them was gonna die, and I was like, "Oh, Sansa's gonna die because Arya's gotta kill her. She's gonna slice her because she's a
Yeah.
badass bitch,
Yeah,
right?"
and the way the episode ended, the one before was like Arya was like, "Oh, I just need your face,"
Right.
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh my
Right.
Like, 'cause she could do it, you know.
And so when they're there at the end, and then and Sansa's reading the charges, and it's to Littlefinger, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I was like,
she's like,
that's like,
treason.
get him, get him.
Yeah.
Like I was so hyped.
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
she calls Arya. And
Right.
you're like, oh my god,
I
they're
was
gonna
like-
kill Arya.
and then the way the entrance with Arya when she came in, because you really thought, but I was like, there's no way
They
she
had
can
her, like, all
die,
guarded
because
and
she can like
stuff.
fight everybody in there.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way she's going out like that.
yeah.
So when it was
She is.
Littlefinger, and then he's there like, you know, still being very manipulative.
Yeah,
And then
he
at the end, he's like begging. I'm like, that's right, bitch. That's right.
Get
Like,
on your
yeah,
knees.
that's right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I loved it because like she's reading the charges and then you think, oh my god, Arya, like
Mhm.
you know, because you thought treason, because she was planning on killing Sansa, whatever.
Right.
And then she goes, Lord Baelish, and everybody's like,
Like,
I think even us, like, what?
even his face
and then
is
like Arya's face, Arya, she just kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
It's
like,
like,
oh my god,
got him.
yeah, I was so happy.
What do you think about the way she killed him? What do you think?
It's what he deserved.
I know, but do you
Nice
think he
and
should have went out like that?
slow, yeah.
Really?
It was
Yeah.
a slow, painful death.
Yeah, I think it was slow.
Really?
Because literally the last thing he saw was Sansa, the one that he screwed over the most.
Yet he declared his love for
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think
That right?
it was slow. He was like on the
Painful,
floor,
holding
like,
his-
trash.
Right. All right, let's talk
like
about Jon and Dany. Like now, I mean, we know
Yeah.
that obviously they're related,
Yeah.
and obviously,
That was
you know, when he
cute.
knocked, I was like, I'm like,
But at
no.
the same time, I was like, get it, girl! Yes!
Oh wow.
And then,
Because it was I think the chemistry, the tension was there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you knew. They're both very powerful people that want to do the right thing.
Yes,
You know, they're both good looking. Like, it's going to happen
it
eventually.
had to.
You know?
But you know what? To me, even with Tyrion was standing in the hallway, like something's up with that.
Creepy.
Yeah.
No, but it's because he
A
knows
little
something.
bit.
Yeah. Remember,
Oh.
like, his most famous quote, I drink and I know things.
Mm-hmm.
What could he possibly know? Could he know that they're related? Because nobody knows that except for Bran and
Right.
Sam, the cute
Mhm.
little chubby guy. He's one of my
Right.
favorites.
Yeah.
To be honest. They're the only ones that know.
Yeah, because they were talking. Remember,
Mhm.
right?
They're the only ones that know.
And you know what sucks is like we're gonna have to wait like a whole nother year to find out like really what he knows. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm kind of. I like it that it happened, but I wish it didn't because they're both kind of fighting for the same thing. But then he bent the knee.
But then-
now
Yeah.
she bent the
Also-
knee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but then also, like, he doesn't want to be king. He doesn't want to be in the Iron Throne.
He's
just
the heir,
He
though.
just wants to protect. He doesn't know that. He
right.
doesn't. He
Yeah.
like he even told Danny like, I don't want the Iron Throne. Like that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for you to help me protect my people from the White Walkers. He's
Right.
like, you can have it. Like I'm not here to fight for it.
Okay, can we
So-
talk about the White Walkers and their freaking dragon? That I was like, holy crap. Okay, mind you, the pop's coming out and I'm super excited
I
about
know.
that.
We're gonna have it, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pre-order it.
But seriously, like they're there and here comes a freaking dragon and I was like, oh, we're screwed. Like
I
we're
lost it
screwed.
though. Like I was expecting the dragon, but then
No.
when the Night King was on the dragon,
I was like, oh shit. I was like,
Like,
I know, and it,
okay.
you know, I was a little sad with that ending. I'm not gonna lie because
I was expecting a little bit more.
yeah, so was I. I mean, I know they knocked down the wall and they're going through, and I'm still like, okay, what something has to
And then it
happen
just ended.
to
Yeah.
to have a bigger cliffhanger. But then that was it, and I was like,
Yeah, so you're left with like Jamie going to fight the White Walkers, Danny and John are like having sex, and then the White Walkers get in there, and I'm like, okay, and then
I know.
like that's it.
What do you think? What do you think about the ending?
I don't know. I think they kind of like with this, like the sex scene or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I think they could have made it a little more.
You're still
Like-
stuck on John's butt.
I'm thinking about it right now. I'm
Yeah,
it could have been more like the chemistry between them like is obviously like there, so they could have made it like a little more intimate.
Dramatic?
Yeah, like he was just like knock on door. Okay, let's.
And then we get it on.
I actually kind of like that because it was like no spoken word. It was
They
just
just-
like,
It was
The look.
like
It was
yeah,
the
look.
look.
It's like
Like,
they knew.
I know what I'm here for. you
Right,
know what
right,
I'm-
exactly,
I
exactly.
don't know. It's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
that, and then with the wall, like what I'm worried about is I forgot his name. He's the ginger with the beard.
Oh
I
yes, yes,
thought-
because he was there
I
like
thought
with the
he was
look,
gonna
like,
die.
oh shit, you're right, and that's
Yeah.
kind of how it ended.
Yeah, and then
So-
like you just see all the people falling, and then
Yes,
he's just
and I
like
was
he's
like-
like telling like everybody like run, and I was just like
Like get out of
Right.
Like
I love him. I love him.
too.
I think he's so funny, especially because he's like in love with Brienne.
Yes.
And Brienne's just like, so weirded out.
Yeah.
He's like eating the turkey leg or whatever.
Yeah,
He's
just
just
looking
like,
at her. Like,
It's no game. It's no
No
game.
game.
Yeah. Anything else about the finale that you liked or disliked? I'm trying to think.
How we found out about Jon being a Targaryen.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
when
I was like, what?
yeah, so when I think Bran sees it first,
Mm-hmm.
right in his stupid visions or whatever. I still
Right.
don't see the point of that, but whatever. How he sees, because the whole like fight as to why the Starks or whatever hate the Lannisters was because, or the Targaryens, is because they thought that Rhaegon kidnapped Ned's sister, raped her, tortured her, killed her. When
Right.
that's not at all what happened.
Right.
They were actually in love. They actually got married. She got pregnant with Jon.
Right.
His name is actually Aegon.
Right.
Aegon Targaryen. But of course, she was dead. Rhaegon was dead. So she gave him to Ned, which was also a very sad death in my opinion. To protect him,
Right.
because he was, and that's why he was never a bastard, because he was always.
That's
a
what everybody
Targaryen.
thinks, right? And believes he is, but he's not.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
So I think that was so huge.
Well,
so huge.
I think too also with Cersei and when Tyrion came to talk to her, and I was like, oh no, I think this might be the end. I'm like, but they can't kill him off. I'm like, but I don't know, it's at the end, so they might.
That's also another theory as to why he stayed outside Dany's room, was because they're saying that he might have made a pact or a deal with Cersei.
No, because he knows she's evil.
In
There's no way.
secret, and didn't tell Dany, and therefore he knows oh my god,
He
Dany,
feels guilty.
He feels guilty, or Dany's gonna end up dying, or something horrible's gonna happen.
Well, I don't know. She was just crazy in this episode because the whole thing with Tyrion, and then even with Jaime, brother/lover, and even then, she does not even care.
Yeah,
you know what I
she
mean?
planned to kill him.
I know, and I thought he was going to.
Me too. I saw it, and I was like,
I thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then when he took off, and then I was like, he's looking at his hand, and I'm like, oh, this poor dude. I'm like, but he doesn't have a spine. He pisses me off.
He did, but I think after his hand got cut off, he was a prisoner for a year or something.
Well, I think he's frustrated because she just won't listen. He's telling her, okay, she's got dragons. She just burned down half of our army. We are not going to win this. We have to join them or we're dead. And she just does not care.
It's just her ego is what it is.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, Cassie.
That's why I like her. That's why I like her. She has a strong personality. It's her way or the highway, and that's just how it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't care. She has nothing to live for now. It's just her. And now, I
Well,
guess
her
now
and
no
her,
longer
and
Jaime.
her bodyguard.
Mountain? I want one of those.
God, he's scary.
He is.
Hey, let's talk about when Hound started talking shit to him. When they were outside
Oh,
before the
yeah.
meeting. Okay, and the Hound is one of my favorite characters
Yeah,
because
he's
when he was with Arya, he has no emotions, no feelings, but then you can tell he was very protective and
He's,
caring for her.
teaching her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's, we know he's all jacked up, but he is one of my favorite characters. And in a previous episode when they were facing the White Walkers, notice he was just watching the other guy nearly get mauled to death. Do you remember? But he's so calm and cool. And then all right, let me go save him. Just different from all the other characters. You know what I mean? So he's been one of my favorite characters for many, many seasons and episodes. But I like that when he went and he talked shit about how they're both ugly now and this and this. But I really think if they went at it, hands down, the Hound would win.
That's what I was expecting, honestly, in the finale.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting a fight. I was expecting something, but it was just and then the Mountain, I don't know what's wrong with him either. He can't talk, so I'm just kind of.
I don't think he's allowed to talk.
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can anymore.
Really?
Yeah, when the because he's technically dead.
No.
Because in the fight with the Viper and him, the Viper stabbed him and had poison in it, and then so when Cersei was like, no, you have to save him, and then the Maester was like, okay, but he's gonna be a little different, and she's like, okay, that's fine as long as he could fight.
I don't remember all
He's
that.
dead. He's like a zombie or something.
Yeah, he's pretty.
I don't know, but he's pretty
He's
freaking
all
scary.
blue now and
Yeah,
He's
red
like
I know.
purple and
Yeah.
weird. I'm like,
So he's
I want to go back just a few episodes to talk about the guy that was tortured, the brother. His sister's captured now. Theon.
Theon.
Okay, because I am pissed when he jumped off that ship. Like,
Oh,
what a coward.
Yes.
What a
Oh
freaking
my
coward. I
God.
was so mad. I'm like, they have a sister. I'm like, go. Like
even if
kill,
you're both
die
gonna
for her.
Yeah,
Yes,
like,
go. And he just
it's
jumps, and I
just-
said, no, he effing did it. Let me tell you how mad I was. I called my brother Dave, and I told him, you better not ever abandon, and you better fight for me, and you better die. And he goes, calm down.
If he
Because
died or they both died, they would have died with honor, protecting each other. That's
jumped.
what family is. That's
and
what
then
loyalty
everybody throws
is.
in his face, and then he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, ugh. But I got to give it to him here in this last episode, because he fought, and they said, he's like, stay down or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Stay down, and he kept,
getting up,
and then I was
kept
like,
getting
why are you brave now? Okay, now you want to go get your sister? Like, so I was a little frustrated with that, but I got to give him credit, because he fought and killed the guy, and then everybody around was like,
Yeah, let's go get her
okay,
then.
I guess we're going, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring that up, because that episode, I got a lot of emotions through that episode. You know, it's been kind of an emotional roller coaster, I think, for the
Yeah.
three of us watching Game of Thrones. And now it's like, God knows when the season finale is going to come. But
I think I'm going to track back a little bit too.
yeah.
One of my favorite moments of this last season? Yeah. When when Arya finds out that Jon is like the Lord Commander and like he's like trying to do whatever. So she starts trying to get back to Jon or whatever. And she kills Walder Frey. The old man at the Red Wedding. Walder Frey.
Oh, yes. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so she slits his throat. Obviously, she has like the powers or whatever of the
Oh,
faceless
that's
man.
right.
So she takes his face.
Arya's a badass.
She
Like,
is. She's so cool. She's like 12.
But then she was like blind, and she was getting her ass kicked. I mean, she's a badass.
But that's how she grew. Like,
Right.
That's why she was able to do all that stuff. So she takes Walder's face, puts it on, invites all the army to a feast,
Yes.
poisons them,
Yeah.
and then like rips off Walder's face. Is like, tell them the North remembers. And I was like,
yes,
the
Arya.
North remembers. Yes, they do. You know, I was just so excited for it, and I was so happy because and when she killed him, she was like, the last thing you're gonna see is a Stark smiling down at you as you die.
Badass. She's a badass. She's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. One of my
She's
favorites.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So now
I know.
here we have to wait.
I know.
I'm hearing it's 2 years.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I
No.
heard too. 2019,
Oh Lord, don't tell me that. I'm gonna
and it's the
withdraw.
last. That's
No,
it.
yeah, that's it. It's
That's
never
it.
coming back. But there's rumors there's gonna be spin-offs, like Khaleesi getting her own, like, you know, she deserves it.
What are they gonna talk about?
I don't know.
What are they gonna do?
Something with
Like
her
the dragons
dragons.
flying around?
Yes, and
That's it.
maybe Khal Drogo comes back, like in
Okay,
spirit.
I'll just watch that until he dies.
Yeah, whatever.
But like, I don't know, spin-offs are they're just not my thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
we'll
know
see.
I know they're doing like
Some
the
would-
Sons
some
of
are
Anarchy
good.
one.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see. Some are good, some are not. You gotta give it a chance, Cassie. But anywho, well, that is our special edition of Game of Thrones. Thank you, Christy, for joining us today.
Welcome, guys.
Until next time.
Yes. We're gonna keep.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.